G'day everyone, my name is Georgia.
And my name is Midu. Right.
LSD.
Basically, yes. So, I don't know if anyone else has watched this, but there's a new technical documentary on Netflix called Have a Good Trip, Adventures in Psychedelics. Holy God. So I've never taken, the most technical drugs I've ever taken was marijuana.
The weed.
The
devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce. And I watched this because, some of my friends have taken, MDMA, taken caps, or... Well, what is the technical, drug term for caps?
Isn't caps like ecstasy or something?
Yeah, I think it's ecstasy.
The one that makes you see things?
So, what I have been explained what ecstasy does to you is it makes all your bad feelings go away.
Well,
Everything bad in your life, it just seems to disappear.
The drug, I can't remember, but we did learn about this in uni, but I think that's the one that clings to your serotonin receptors.
Serotonin...
And just pumps out serotonin.
Serotonin sounds familiar, but it just makes you happy, everything feels good. You could literally just brush your hand against your leg. It will feel good, but apparently
It'll make you bust a nut.
Apparently if you touch someone else, it's just putting your hand on their arm. It's just bliss. It's amazing. Yeah, so I've been interested in trying some of that sort of shit. Hypothetically, I want to do that.
Okay.
It's only hypothetical.
I'm trying to, so that if we actually do get monetization on this channel, that you don't just subscribe and ruin it within the first 3 seconds because you said that you want to do subscribing ecstasy on the first video.
In a hypothetical, I watched this documentary and they were talking about some drugs that are legalized in Amsterdam with the shrooms, and they say the shrooms being legalized in Amsterdam were just it's basically making everybody better people. And they're talking about yes, all these things, these drugs have, especially LSD, acid and shit, they're really bad things that can go wrong with them. You can have some bad trips. You can, there has been stories of people being stuck in the trip for in years, and they go psychotic, and it's just but there have been so many more stories of people actually having good trips, and they're it's a life altering experience where they're not just going in there saying, yeah, I want to get fucking high. They're actually going in there and gone, I want to learn something from this. What's the meaning of life, or what can I do to be a better person? And they find that in themselves, and then they just it cuts off the things that are stopping you from being able to do those things that you want, and it just cuts it out, and you just become the best person that you technically can be. And I was just what? Are you these people are going in there and trying to figure out what's the meaning for happy, how to be happy, and then they come out and they're just they know everything that they it's just that is so interesting.
Okay, I haven't watched this documentary that he's talking about, but that sounds a little, I don't know, a little just they're coming out and they're still tripping, bro.
No, these people, they're one guy went to he had a peyote. You know what they are? They're a little cactus plant, and you eat it and you trip out.
Oh,
and this guy had one, and then he ended up going to Mexico to do the proper initiating with the one of the tribes, and you actually go there. You have you have the peyote, and then they literally shove it in your mouth whilst you're tripping. You just get blindfolded. You get told that you have to climb a mountain you're like, this is like,
Subscribe.
You're absolutely gone. You're gone. Like, this is like, just before you green out, gone worthy. You've never greened out, have you?
No, I haven't.
So you can't really experience it, but just before you green out, you just peak and you're just like,
Subscribe. Subscribe.
you just start like, you kind of start panicking, but then you kind of just like, I don't really give a shit, and then you still panic. It's just like the weirdest thing. That was my experience anyway. And then apparently you get to the top of the mountain and they pour, I think it's deer's blood all over you or some shit. And apparently at that specific time there was like some comet that was going past, and it like, for this guy, he took off the blindfold, and then it's just like this fucking comet turns from comet to a fucking fire-breathing dragon. And I was like, holy fucking shit, that sounds amazing. I'd hypothetically like to try that.
What the fuck are they doing in Mexico?
They're doing a lot of shit, man.
No, I don't.
In a hypothetical stance, I want to try a psychedelic once in my life.
And do it in a country that is legal.
Yes, I'm going to go to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So, like, but I want to do one of these experiences to see if I can have one, and it will, like, how these people saying it's like, can change them. I want to see if I can change myself, like, I can change my soul. Some rapper, I can't remember his name, but he did it, and he was just like, he had this trip, and whilst he was having his trip, he took some chick, I don't know, and then he was like, he caught up his mate the next day, and he was like, dude, I know what the meaning of life is. He's like, bro, what? And he's like, it's just to love everyone. I'm just like, but yeah, it is.
But you don't
just not make love to everyone. Just love everyone.
You can't love everyone. That's the thing. You will always hate somebody.
But like, apparently, it's just like to love people, to love them. Apparently, that is in his mind. A$AP Rocky. That's his name. A$AP Rocky. He said the meaning of life is to love everyone. But yeah, he just said love everyone. Like that's the only thing that you can do. That's like the meaning of life. You just gotta love everyone. And I'm just like, you know what? You're kind of right, A$AP.
You know, is there a meaning to life? Is there really? I don't think so.
Well, if we were
because if there is a meaning to life, then every life has a meaning. So like animals and bugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like...
And a fly only lives for like a few weeks or something like that. Like really short. So what is a fly?
I thought it was like a few days.
Oh, a few days. I don't know. Oh wait.
Just look it up. You know, I'll look it up. I've already got Google open.
Hey Google. How long does a fly live?
Housefly and Culex pipiens.
Depending on the fly. But a housefly lives about a month.
Really? I thought it was only
yeah,
a few days.
like 28 days.
But
so, like, what is a housefly's meaning to life?
Mate, feed, and annoy the fuck out of humans.
I'm pretty sure that's a human's meaning to life as well. Reproduce, eat, to survive, and just annoy everybody else.
But like we do have we are more complex than say the normal housefly. Like they're pretty simple, I guess. But then to them, but you got to be thinking like the fly. I am sounding such like some fucking crazy. You got to be thinking like the fly. You got to be thinking their lifespan is so short that, like, say we were going like our teenager, like childhood, teenagehood, adulthood. There would be like in the first like I don't know week, you'd already passed that whole stage. So their whole process of finding their first love or in mating for the first time or whatever, they've already done that within the first like week. And then those other 3 or whatever
Subscribe.
weeks, that's just them living out their lives as what they're put on this earth to do, which is to feed, mate, and annoy everything.
Yes. But if humans have a different meaning, and if you say that that meaning is to love everyone, and I'm guessing everything, then why does humans have such a simplified meaning of life than a fly? Because a fly is to mate and survive.
Well, ours isn't as simple as a fly.
Because if a fly's meaning to life is so complicated that it's to survive, which is a whole load of things, which is to fend off predators, to eat, to drink, and to mate, which is, that whole thing.
Like, okay.
Then why is a human's just to like it? Like, why isn't it to survive and to...
Well, we do survive.
But we do, yeah.
We still defend off predators.
Which are other humans.
Other humans, insects, creatures, reptiles, mammals. There could be a
Subscribe.
fucking mosquito
Bugs.
that could come in here that has malaria and then
Subscribe.
can kill me. Or someone who they've actually gone and sucked blood out of has HIV. I could now get HIV.
You're right.
Exactly. A fly could go, I don't know,
Subscribe.
into something that has some weird
Subscribe.
fucking disease, and that could give it to me by, I don't know, going onto my wound.
So,
All
the
life-
moral of that story is bugs are bioterrorists.
No, the lesson from this is all life, no matter
Subscribe.
an insect, reptile, mammal, no matter what it is, it's still a complicated thing. Because life is not just there's no rule book on how to live life. It's a...
Well, there are guidelines. Eat, sleep, drink.
But are you being happy? Are you being what you want? Are you becoming who you want to be?
No, but those are the foundations to build a human and a personality and a life.
That's what I mean. Like, to live a life, it's not a simple, you have rule books to how to live it. You've got to...
Eat,
You've
sleep,
got to... Yes.
drink.
Yes, I know, like,
Bang.
the actual rule book of how to
Subscribe.
fucking live, but I mean actually live, be happy, make love to someone who you love. Not just like that chick down the road that's really hot. You
Subscribe.
you gotta find that person, and you gotta find everything that doesn't make you
Subscribe.
fucking miserable.
Yes,
You've gotta find something
But-
that makes you happy.
but to what extent? Because if you love and have fun and are happy with killing people, then to what extent to do the illegal bad? To
Then
what
someone-
extent should
then
you
someone-
go to make yourself happy?
Then someone else will come in and make themselves happy by stopping you. Yes, it will probably
Subscribe.
make you not happy, but I don't know.
That's
That's
not
not
the
subscribe.
point.
Just like,
Well-
I'm not talking about the
Subscribe.
fucking crazy
Subscribe.
who just want to
Subscribe.
Yeah, but
kill a bunch of people.
but the whole thing is that the meaning of life is universal across humans.
I'm not saying everybody's version of happiness is the same. Like, your happiness is probably, I don't know. I don't
Subscribe.
fucking know, something.
Eating what I want, not feeling guilty about it.
Exactly. But
I don't
my
know.
version of happy is like, I don't know, going in my car, just going for a cruise, going to work. We have different happinesses. And some people don't like this. I love this. It's different between different people. So happiness for me is different from happiness to you. But at the end of the day, boys, we're happy.
But that's the thing, is that some people aren't happy because they're not allowed to do the things that make them happy.
But then find something else.
But some people can't find something else. That's the thing. Serial killers find pleasure in killing people.
Georgia, you're
So-
just bringing it to the biggest, to the most...
I'm talking about meaning of life. If the meaning of life
Are you
is
trying to
happy
tell us something?
and love, no.
Are
shut
you a
up.
serial
no,
killer,
yeah,
Georgia?
shut up. Shut up.
Georgia,
Bro, I'm trying
you're a
to pull it
serial
back to
killer.
the... No.
You're a serial killer.
I wish right now because you're pissing me off. No, But if the meaning of life is to be happy and to love everyone, then everyone should be happy at the same time. Because that's the meaning of life. So, basically, what I'm trying to say is that the meaning of life can't be to be happy and love everyone, because it's physically impossible for everyone to do that at the exact same time.
The instance with the serial killers, you go onto some forums, get those
Subscribe.
fucking 15-year-old
Subscribe.
fucking emo weeaboo bitches who are just like
Subscribe. Scooter Angle. Subscribe.
and then just like,
No, but
I bet.
that's not the point, because it's not the person. If somebody dies, like, even if you were like, I want to
Subscribe.
fucking die, this is what I want. I want to
Scooter Angle.
right now, or I want somebody to run me over in their Ford Fiesta right now.
I bet. I'm gonna find some of the Ford Fiesta.
I want someone to run me over right now.
In the Ford Fiesta.
Friends, your family would still be very upset.
But like,
So, and because death exists,
death is inevitable.
yes, I know death is inevitable. It doesn't make it, like, if you're talking about the meaning of life, if the meaning of life was to be happy, everyone would be happy right now, and death would be like a celebrated thing, but it's not.
But like, in Mexico it is.
Oh, well, yeah, in some religions it is.
Mexico
Like
is basically like the thing that you look forward to. You look forward to dying because apparently you go to a better place. I mean,
As
if they've got
a
nachos.
normal...
If they've got churros up there, bitch, I'm fucking becoming Mexican.
If they've got potatoes up there, bitch, I'm gonna be happy. But that's not the point.
churros.
It's because it doesn't matter if you're in a religion or not. When somebody dies, it's sad because you're not going to see them again until you die. And then you have just got to hope and pray, because you've been probably doing it your whole life, that there is an afterlife, and that you guys have gone to the same afterlife, and you're in the same place, and then you can chill together.
I'm just trying to say that you've got to try and be happy.
Well, yeah.
You've got to, if you live your life like some of our relatives.
Are you talking about Fred?
If you live like him, where you just
Subscribe.
fucking watch the rugby and drink beer all day, and you just
Subscribe.
fucking scream at everyone, and you're barely friends with anyone,
Well, yeah, then you're not going to be
you're not
happy.
going to be happy.
But maybe that is his happiness. Maybe screaming at people makes him happy.
Well, then
But it doesn't
Go
make everybody
by-
else happy.
go by him, like he can do whatever the fuck
Subscribe.
he wants, but like, just do whatever makes
Subscribe.
you happy. I guess you can't live in misery all the time. That's just kind of
Subscribe.
So the moral of this story is do what makes you happy,
Don't
but
lie.
make sure that it's legal.
Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Do you remember that song?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I want to kill you.
Thank you. You got a Ford Fiesta?